We got a few cars going out the door today, but one is a bit of a surprise, as it's the rat rod. So this gentleman phones up, he's interested in buying the rat rod, and I said, well, it's not really for sale. And he says, well, if it was for sale, how much would it be? And I just threw out a figure I thought would make me go, oh, well, thank you, and hang up, and he goes, oh, done. How disappointing is that?
The rat rod, it's a controversial piece. People either love it or they hate it.
I think it is probably one of the ugliest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
The rat rod, weird car, very eclectic.
That's a rust bucket.
It's not really my cup of tea. I'm not really into rust, and I really thought rust was our enemy.
Some people would like to drive a car like that, but I kind of like the new car smell.
We started building the rat rod, 4 or 5 years ago, and it was largely composed of junk that I had been storing for years. Of course, my junk is other people's treasure. I mean, there was a beautiful Packard engine out of a '53, and there was a backup light from a Duesenberg, which is worth thousands of dollars.
I personally love it. I think it was really ingenious, and when rat rods are done right, they are functional art.
I didn't work too much on the rat rod.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. I did work on it a little bit, but I can't really remember what I did.
I had to bend in one of the front fenders because Dave caught his pants on it one day, and he didn't like that very much.
Might want to just give it a final little check over. I'm actually going to miss this because, well, it was all built out of parts I've had for many years, and I know it looks ratty, but that's what it is. It's a rat rod. I got this in Venice Beach, California many years ago. I love this thing. I'm the saddest to see it go.
The clown is Dave. Dave is a clown.
I love the blood dripping from his bottom lip. And it's a perfect clown thing to me. The trip lights I've been carrying around for years, waiting to put them on a really classic car. Well, I finally put them on a classic car. I got my satanic door knocker I put on here. I've had this for years. I think Larry gave me this, and I did trim a couple of fingers off it. The seats were out of a Second World War bomber. This was a 31 DeSoto coupe. And if you're gonna have a rat rod, you gotta have pinup girls. I'm not altogether happy with this rat rod leaving. I'm not sure that you can call it a labor of love, but I had fun building it, and I've never got to use it because we only just sorted out all the transmission problems, and then this guy buys it.
Okay. Another box. Another box.
So this 1963 Riviera project, this is the second time it's been in. The first time we did a bunch of beautification on it. We did a little bit of floor support work. We painted probably about 90% of it. Cleaned up the engine compartment. The customer brought it back in. He wanted to upgrade the brakes.
Well, I'm just unboxing everything now. We're just making sure all the parts are here. More boxes, inside boxes. It took like 3 weeks, a month to get these parts, so it happens often. You wait for parts, and you get them and they're the wrong ones. Ooh, nice. Fancy. Cross-drilled rotors. All right, let's get the car in.
Part of restoring cars back to their former glory is nailing the original paint colors or giving a client the color that they've always wanted on their car. That's when Mel's skills come into play.
First thing I do in the morning is I come, turn on the lights, and I turn on my mixer. It all mixes all the cans all at once. It's kind of cool. I turn on my booth, and I hose down the booth, blow the car off, and get ready for paint.
So we got this 1969 Alfa GT Junior, great little car. It had a paint job on it before that wasn't, quite up to par. Right now, what Mel's got to do is put a tri-coat paint on it, do a candy color. It's gonna make the paint dance on it and look really, really good. Hey, Mel. So we got Arnie and Liz got back to us about the paint colors.
Okay, good.
So which one do you think they picked?
That nice dark one?
The one you mixed, yeah.
Right on.
Yeah,
This one I liked.
it's perfect.
Yeah, I put that charcoal under it so it'll be darker, right?
That's exactly what they wanted.
Excellent.
Now you got your codes and
Get,
you can
Get
start
painting.
getting into it.
Cool.
To me, the rat rod is functional art. It speaks to the creativity and ingenuity of the guys here in the shop and frankly, the skill set. But I know that the gentleman who purchased it is gonna love it and it's gonna bring him as much joy as it's brought Dave.
Guess we'll load her up today and off she goes to a new home in the southern states.
So we're gonna leave it to them to start it and get it going?
Yeah, they should be able to do it. They're pretty handy.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
handy?
yeah.
You think it's gonna be all right?
And the starter button. No, that's the horn on the other side.
You have to own the rat rod. If you don't own the rat rod, it will own you.
Can't be shy with the gas. Just trying to take it too easy.
You need to be able to hit the gas and let it know who's boss. Unfortunately, this guy is letting the rat rod run him. Quit smiling.
I can't help it.
I know. You sad to see it go?
No.
Yeah, it's just so surreal. It's been such a landmark of the shop for so long.
Enjoy your new home.
May the force be with you.
Don't give anybody tetanus.
Dave's not here right now. He's probably upstairs in his office, curled up in a ball, feeling bad about the fact that he sold this thing when he never wanted to. He thought he did, but now that it's leaving, and his clown is leaving, and his art piece is leaving, he's probably very sad.
You know, when they came to pick it up, well, I was busy doing other things, but mainly I didn't want to see the clown on the radiator leaving because I really need that back.
Wouldn't it be great to see it in like a couple of months and somebody sanded it all down and painted it? We didn't like any of the clowns, so we took them off.
And if I know Dave, he's probably looking for the next thing he can buy. We gotta go to work.
Okay.
All right.
There's seller's remorse when you sell something and you get mad at yourself for selling it. I always have that because like nothing I really sell is anything I really want to sell because I just don't like selling. I love buying stuff. Not as fussy on selling it.
Should stand out a little bit.
Oh, yes, it does. It's not looking cut and dry here. Jumping. Okay.
Just had the '73 Lincoln Continental come in. It was bought by a young guy off of eBay, and it's in pretty good shape, but he wants it back to like new shape.
Should stand out a little bit.
Oh, yes, it does. Oh, wow. That looks great.
So with a bit of a buff and polish with
Yeah.
on the original paint.
Yes.
And there's your new top, which you can touch for the first time.
Very nice. Between the polishing that they did on the trim, putting the new vinyl top on, and also doing the wet sanding and the buffing of the paint, which is the original paint, it just looked absolutely immaculate to me for a car that's 45 years old. It is triple black, so it has a black vinyl top, it has a black exterior, and it has a black leather interior. Can I press the horn?
Yeah, yeah, squeeze right. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Isn't
there
that
it
great?
goes. There were only 377 of those made in 1973 out of approximately 45,000 Continental four-doors. I'm thrilled with everything. This looks great. And it took me over 7 years to find this car. Oh wow, the NOS steering wheel, this is amazing.
Yeah, right out of the factory and into a box.
It just sat for all those years.
Yeah, almost 50 years.
I've always liked sort of 60s and 70s cars and just general style of those eras. And I was thinking, you know what? What was the best? What was the top of the line? What was the old money driving around in this time? Oh, there we go. Tilt that back.
Me cruising.
And so it turns out the answer is the Continentals. Being my height and to be able to fit and be comfortable like this, it's pretty impressive. I thought I really want the luxury, and the luxury brought me to the Continental because that car has the best ride.
Your original stickers
Woo.
and your cover underneath. Cleaned everything up.
Yeah.
There's your 460 power.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, it sounds good. This will be fun for cruising down the highway, that's for sure.
The Lincoln owner seems to be pretty happy with the appearance of his car. We're gonna take it out for a road test and see how the rest of it goes.
The 63 Riviera, I think it's sort of like a gentleman's hot rod. It has a big engine in it, lots of torque, and you know, it's not a muscle car for any drag racing, but it sure is a good highway cruiser. Nice car to drive. So first I'm gonna do is get the wheels off the car and then start to dismantle all the old parts to install the new disc brake kit. You wanna know something? I thought it was a drum brake, but I just look under here, it's already got disc brakes on it. So I don't know. Okay, let me find the boss man. Hey, Greg, I got the wheels off this thing. I'm a little surprised that it's got disc brakes on it already.
Well, it does. Somebody did a power brake upgrade on it years ago. Somebody done an upgrade before. They had a master cylinder in it, didn't work very well. They work fine every once in a while, and then they just fade away.
Okay.
And the customer just didn't feel comfortable. It's just time to get that upgrade and do the system right. That's
All right,
good.
as long as I know what I'm doing. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Doesn't show you much here. Doesn't give you much of a picture. Make sure the cutoff for caliper is going towards the front of the car. The other kit, everything goes to the rear. It's not looking cut and dry here. Okay, that's no good, that's no good, that's no good, that's no good. Oh, hang on. Just a little confusing right now on how this is supposed to go together. Well, I took it off the rear of the car here, caliper's here. Now they're telling me they want the caliper up here. I'm having a little trouble with the brackets, trying to get them figured how they go on. The instructions are a photocopied picture that you're supposed to try to figure out what you're doing with. And I got a big grease spot on it already. Doesn't make sense. You know, I got Greg, and we figured out, yeah, this is the way it goes. And this goes
To this one.
there, to there, to there. Jumping. Okay.
And that could be the difference between like a 63 and 65 on this one too, right?
This kit is for 63 to 65. I guess there's some subtle differences. I mean, you have to use these different parts in the kit. They don't tell me that. Well, the rear, I'm just buttoning it up, and this car's ready to take out in the road and go for a road test.
It's amazing how smooth the ride is on this car. It's like you're on a living room couch.
This color's an original Alfa color, but Mal was giving it a little pizzazz.
This is sort of Lincoln at its peak of the luxurious ride
Oh.
and comfort.
The early 70s were a fantastic time for this stuff.
The car is so soft on the road. It's like you're on a living room couch just floating around. The engine is big, so it does a good job moving the car. It's not engineered to be a race car. It's engineered just to be smooth.
It's full luxury. It has the full feel.
We've been going over bumps, and I'm not really feeling anything.
Yeah.
I have a wife and a small baby. I think we're going to just cruise out to the drive-in movie because this thing is just the king of the drive-in. Oh man, it's amazing how smooth the ride is on this car. We will definitely be hearing the phrase, "We'll be going for a ride in Daddy's car."
Here's a formula here that's going on this car, the charcoal. I'm gonna mix 1 liter, right?
This color's an original Alfa color, but What Mel is doing is he's bringing it up and giving it a little pizzazz. What we're doing is we're doing 2 bases. So he's gonna do a dark charcoal base, then the red base, then the clear is gonna go over top it with some pearl.
So like, here's the pearl, 34M. So that'd be right up here. That'll be this one. So that goes in there. So you're gonna put 6 of that in. That's how she goes. That's the recipe right there for the base on this cart. This is gonna shine through the candy.
That's basically how we pick the colors. You can't just say, oh, yeah, this is black or this is white. You know, there's 30, 40 different colors of whites. I mean, there's just so many different variables when you're dealing with them and what you're gonna do on top as well. Whether it's gonna be metallic, pearl, what's gonna really finish the job off.
Hear the tires squealing?
Holy sh**.
It smells so bad, you really can't get too close to it.
Oh yeah, I just got the whiff.
Hear the tires squealing? You know what, the brakes feel pretty good, but this car's alignment is way out there. The steering wheel's like this, wants to pull, but even when I was going around that slight corner, I could hear this tire was actually squealing a little bit, so this thing's out to lunch with the alignment. Terrible. It's all over the road. Well, the test drive, didn't turn out very well. I wasn't happy with how the car steered because the wheels looked like they were going to fall off the car, so that has to be corrected.
So I just put down the gray base. Now I'm gonna put the candy. Kind of making my own mixture here. I don't really have a formula for it. I went 100 to 5. So 100 grams of mixing clear to 5 grams of candy. And that should work.
The color they picked is a real Alfa color.
Beautiful.
We went through all of the Alfa colors from 1967, 68, 69, and 70, and gave them a broad spectrum of colors to choose from.
In the year of this one, they just pretty much had straight color. They never had a whole bunch of glamour to them.
So now, with the different coats underneath and on top, it's gonna be a special color for them, and it's gonna be the only one that has his paint coat on it. So that's really cool.
Now I gotta put on 3 coats of clear. The clear makes it shine and it protects it from the sun and moisture and stuff.
So you got her all painted?
Yeah, she's all done. Looks pretty good.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the colors flashing in here. Wait till we get it outside.
Yeah.
Holy Nikes. Woo, that's sexy, that is. It's deep, it's rich. All right, and I'll get some pictures and I'll email them and we'll let them know what stage we're at. They're not gonna be able to pull up beside another one exactly the same unless somebody gets Mel's paint codes. Awesome, Mel. Thanks again for another one.
No problem.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So I got a call about the 62 Lincoln coming in, and it's a barn find.
They weren't kidding.
Holy sh**. The barn was falling down, and they said they had to remove it to bring it in, but they should have let it go with the barn.
There's this Lincoln has arrived, and chassis gone, you know? Car's basically being supported by layers of rust. I don't think the wheels turn. Well, you can pretty much see in one side and out the other, except where there's 1.5 inches of Bondo.
Yeah, and it's even got overspray on it.
With a bit of paint on top of it.
Primer or something.
It smells so bad, you really can't get too close to it.
Oh yeah, I just got the whiff.
Yeah. 73, last time it was on the road, maybe?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It's just not pretty.
Nothing a couple $100,000 won't cure.
Once upon a time, I would have taken on a challenge like this, but I'm way too smart for that now.
No, I'd be afraid of Janice if I took it on.
Yeah. I would be afraid of Janice too. I mean, we could probably scab some things off it. Maybe you could make another hot rod or another rat rod.
Yeah.
Oh,
I have an idea
Maybe-
for a new rat rod.
Keep going.
So things like that come here, they get dumped.
Keep going.
If I push it a little further back, it'll end up in the canal. It'll just gradually return to the environment because it's halfway there now.
Well, that's a turd.